¡Que viva el Perú! ¡Viva! ¡Que viva Polonia!
We will hear the remarks of the Ambassador of Peru in Poland, Mrs.
Thank you. Mrs. Anna Robb, Undersecretary of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, dear Ambassador and Chargé d'Affaires related to Poland, members of the Sejm, dear Honorary Consul of Peru in Poland, distinguished police authorities, dear compatriots, distinguished guests, on July 28, Peru will commemorate the 204th anniversary of its independence. On this day, we remember not only the proclamation of our freedom in 1821, but also the sacrifices, struggles, and dreams of those who fought for the sovereignty of Peru. Now, allow me to briefly recount some milestones in the history of relations between Peru and Poland, which formally started in 1923, more than a century ago. We can mention notable Polish figures such as engineer Ernest Malinowski, who led the Central Transcanadian Railway construction, and Eduardo de Havish, founder of the National University of Engineering. The Polish citizen Ricardo de Malachowski is also regarded as the father of Peruvian architecture. Among the descendants of Poles, we take great pride in the visual artist Fernando de Sisto and the historian Maria Kostolowski. Concerning the most recent events in the bilateral relations, the 10th round of political consultations took place in Lima at the vice ministerial level. Madame Radon was there in May, last May. The occasion served to highlight shared interests and values, such as the defense of democracy and the strengthening of multilateralism. On the economic front, Peru and Poland agreed on the need to increase economic and trade ties. Peru's macroeconomic strength allows for a vibrant business environment with multiple opportunities. We want to continue showcasing new products to Poland, such as superfood as quinoa, Peruvian coffee and cacao, and our national drink, biscuit. Considering this high-spirited contest, we are looking forward for an upcoming Polish business mission to Peru. Regarding the tourism sector, the arrival of Polish tourists to Peru has exceeded pre-pandemic levels, indicating an opportunity of our country. I am thrilled to announce Peru's participation in the next Warsaw International Trade and Tourism Fair in order to increase the touristic potential of our culture and natural heritage within Polish citizens and companies. The excellent state of bilateral relations is reflected in more than 15 active agreements, treaties, and memoranda of understanding between our countries in different fields. Among them, I would like to mention the Vacation and Work Agreement that came into effect on 2024, as well as the agreements regarding legal affairs, which are instruments that will allow for more effective bilateral cooperation in the matter. Moreover, we see with great attention the negotiations to reach an agreement towards environment protection, considering Peru as a mega-diverse country in ecological terms. As well, we are looking forward to promote Antarctic cooperation between Peru and Poland, an exciting agenda consisting of scientific research and the preservation of the white continent. The relationship with Poland in 2025 will be incomplete without a rich and traditional cooperation in the cultural sphere, especially in the fields of academic exchange, between universities, archaeological restoration of cultural heritage, and promoting Peruvian literature and art in Spanish, resulting in different range of inter-university agreements. The University of Warsaw, through the Center for Andean Studies and the Institute of Ibero-American Studies, as well as the Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw and the Cervantes Institute, are strategic partners in this endeavor. My sincere gratitude for their invaluable collaboration. The Embassy of Peru in Poland has honorary consulates in Gdańsk, Krakow, Toro, Katowice, Lublin, and Poznań, whose consuls are very active in promoting Peru, and we thank them for their work, support, and presence this afternoon. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to the Embassy team for their dedicated work, as well as the dynamic disposition of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the different Polish authorities. Now, allow me to switch to Spanish to say a few words to the Peruvian community, which may be small in number, but is very hard-working and integrated into Poland and its culture. Querida comunidad peruana en Polonia, en este aniversario patrio, reciban un afectuoso saludo lleno de orgullo y gratitud. Aunque estemos lejos de nuestra tierra, el amor por el Perú nos une y nos fortalece. Hoy celebramos nuestra independencia recordando nuestras raíces, nuestra cultura y la historia que nos dio identidad. Sigamos siendo representantes de lo mejor del Perú en el gran país que nos acoge. Felices fiestas patrias, viva Perú, viva Polonia, viva la amistad peruana por acá.
Next, we will hear the remarks of Mrs. Anna Radwan-Prorinchek, Undersecretary of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Poland.
Ambassador, Excellencies, dear guests and friends of Peru, first of all, I would like to thank Madam Ambassador for hosting us here in this special building, because this hotel is also well known in Polish history and the history of Warsaw. After the Second World War, where the whole capital was ruined, this was the place where diplomats could have their, let's call it, embassies. So this is very symbolic for not only for Warsaw, not only for history of Warsaw, of Poland, but also the history of our diplomacy. Buenos días a todos y todas. It's an honor and pleasure to participate in the celebration of the anniversary of Peruvian Independence Day. I would like to congratulate all of you, all Peruvian people, on this occasion. It's worth mentioning that even before our countries established diplomatic relations in 1921, on the occasion of century of Peru's independence, telegrams were exchanged between Marshal Józef Piłsudski and President of Republic of Peru, Augusto Leguía. I wonder how it will be today. Maybe they will tweet together. At that time, it was this way of communication. Polish-Peruvian relations have a longer history than our diplomatic ties. Dynamic economical and cultural contacts were initiated in the second half of the 19th century. When the prominent Poles, as Madame Ambassador mentioned, the most famous, Ernest Malinowski, was creating the Trans-Andean Railway in the port of Callao. To this day, the memory of Ernest Malinowski, the patriot of Poland and Peru, is being honored by our nations, and I could also see it in Lima that he is such an important personality. And here I would like to thank all the Peruvian people for cherishing the memory of Poles who choose Peru as their homeland. The park in Barrio Jesus Maria in Lima, which commemorates Polish architects, engineers and ethnographers, are a visible sign of how strong and shared history is. This is a solid base to build our commitment for cooperation, and thank you very much, Madam Ambassador, for this beautiful park. I had the pleasure with my colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to visit it this year. For those who haven't seen it, it's easy to Google the park in Lima, Polish Park in Lima. It's a very inspiring place. And once again, thank you for making this such a beautiful element of our cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, Peru is one of Poland's most important partners in Latin America. our countries, which share common values, cooperate both in multilateral forums and to defend democratic values. Both Poland and Peru strongly supported all General Assembly resolutions that refer to the Russian aggression on Ukraine. This is very important for Poland and all over Europe, your support for the Ukrainian people. We maintain regular political dialogue. As Madam Ambassador mentioned, in May I had a pleasure occasion to visit Lima for political consultations together with the team of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We had the political consolidations on economic, cultural cooperation. So this was very important meeting, and we are looking forward also for incoming EU Select Summit in Colombia, which we consider the importance in our relations. And of course, Poland is supporting a mission to join OECD. We will keep ongoing and supporting your membership in these organizations. Culture and science are constantly a strong side of our cooperation. We love your literature, we love your novelists, but I must say that when I'm thinking about my visit to Lima, there were the two things which I really enjoyed. Madam Ambassador already know it. So this was, of course, the delicious ceviche. If you haven't tried ceviche, we should do it one day together. Great dish. And of course, pisco sour. You are lucky because I've seen the pisco sour is already here. It's not a secret that at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Warsaw, there are many funds of pisco sour. So thank you very much for this culture and beauty.